Hello, Thomas Orts. I'm in this seminar room with my private client group. There's 8 seats, there's 8 people. We spent the whole day plastering flow charts of processes, and we looked at data and assets, and we looked for the one thing that makes the big difference. I used the Sandor method, the one thing that actually is the big leverage for maybe the next 8 days, because the promise is, or the idea is, up to 20% more profit within 8 to 12 weeks, which is quite a stark statement. I can't do it with everyone. It needs to be a certain match, certain circumstances need to be in place. You need to be turning over between 500,000 and 1.5 million. And there need to be certain things that happened in the past, historical data, so then we can do the revival of the past and do it again in the future. So when we operate, we work on historical data. No guesswork, no fancy ideas, let's see what could happen. That's not my style. And that's an interesting story maybe here. I've got one client that is a property developer and turning over millions and traveling around, flying around, big projects. The projects are always several million large. And what was interesting, this guy, the more successful he got, the more he had to travel and had to be all over the place and was completely in demand, and it was stressing him out. Really lost the appetite in the business. And then we looked at, okay, historically, what did you do in the beginning? And in the beginning, he traveled less. He did more over the telephone, pre-qualifying, because he thought, you know, I can't even afford to drive 3 hours, 6 hours, plane, train, automobiles. I can't even afford it. So he was much more cautious. And over time, because the funds were there, he was all over the place. And the one thing that made a big difference, especially nowadays in times of Zoom, we said, okay, let's do what worked in the past. You do more calls. You don't leave the office. We put a Zoom suite there, nice background, leather chair, focus. We coached him a little bit on how to be in front of the camera and whatever. And what was interesting is much more authority. The demand was met with, we can have a Zoom call. I don't have the time to drive 4 hours to you guys. We can do it via Zoom. And the client thought, what? Yeah. He got more proposals. There was actually 2 he didn't like, and he thought, I just put the prices up. I don't even want this business. And they wanted him. So, interesting enough, 48% less travel and a huge profit leap, much more than 20% in 8 to 12 weeks. Amazing. So small things can make a big difference, but sometimes you don't see it. Me, my team, we can see it. We see the forest for the trees. We have this helicopter view. So if you want to learn more about that, if you want to have a personal insight, there's a strategy call that I offer, 45 minutes, out of which at least 30 minutes is a pure consultancy piece. Where are you? Where do you want to be? What is in your way to get there? What did you historically do in the past that worked? What could you be doing? So we try a little bit the Sandor approach, and I have to sniff out whether there's a match and whether we can do the magic together. And if not, you learn something. You have ideas that you take away from this call. You can apply free of charge, so nothing to lose. And if you want to, press the button, send the email. There's some links around this video, and reach out. We check you out first, your social media footprint and what you did in the past, a little bit research, and then if I feel, yes, let's talk, then we do that. We have this strategy call. So nothing to lose. Check it out in your business. How much do you travel? Is it even necessary? In times of Zoom, authority, virtual meetings, could be a game changer.